let's go with what we know. Let's go with a tactic. Go with some sort of cheese strat. You know,
Right.
they talked about the cheese strats. They're going to have blue side, ladies and gentlemen. CLG, they could break out that secret Season 2 tactic from the... Will it happen? Have they got the blue side strat they wanted to use throughout Season 2?
First and foremost, I think they're going to just make sure to ban Eve. Like, whenever you get obliterated that badly, you have to stop the team from doing it again. Like, you can't let them do exactly the same thing 2 games in a row to you, because 22-minute losses
is not acceptable.
Or you get killed by 14 kills isn't something you want to replicate,
yeah.
right? So, Eve ban, the Sona picking away didn't work as well as they thought it would, really. Like, that lane didn't end up winning out for them. NAJIN SWORD, just so much confidence coming in. There's a bit of, whereas CLG is just full of ideas right now. This went wrong, this is what we have to improve on, this is what we have to pick and ban. But NAJIN has to kind of preemptively guess what CLG is going to counter with, which means this game is pretty much always going to be closer than the previous one, and it does give them a slight chance of coming back.
Yeah, and of course there's no reason to hide any tactics now. You know, Season 2's out of the way. You know, all before, you know, the tournaments leading up to Season 2, everyone was hiding stuff, you know. Not that anything actually... Nothing came out, though. That was the irony. Nothing fancy came out in Season 2. It was like Season 1 all over again. Strats came out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in to pick some bans, and there it is. Jace being banned out straight away. They do not want McNoon to have that Jace pick, as you would expect. And Twisted Fate, again, being banned out by NAJIN SWORD. They clearly believe that Big Fat LP has a hot Twisted Fate in his pocket.
And maybe that's just because they won, if you think back, they won the top lane and bottom lane so hard, and one of the things Twisted Fate does so well is affect the other lanes. So they don't want Big Fat LP to be able to help Hotshot in any of the lanes, because it really seemed like they kept off punishing him in lane that game. I don't see a reason for NAJIN to change up anything that they did, really. I'd expect almost all of the same bans from them. It's really all on CLG to take the initiative and try to change this game up, because there's Twisted Fate, there's Lee Sin. Those are the same bans we saw from NAJIN in the first game. And the CLG's got to switch it up here. I mean, if they don't ban Eve, then they'd have to pick it away from them, because giving that up again is just, they have to change the style.
Well, and they've taken Sona away. They've banned Sona, so they're saying, okay, we know you're going to get the Ezreal Sona possible pick this time that CLG had. So they're obviously going to switch things up. They've banned out Rengar, and the final ban coming through. So what are we expecting as a first pick for CLG here? They're going to get that first choice. There's a lot of things open. You've got the Orianna open again this time. You've got, you know, possibly supports and AD. Are they going to pick anything? Is it going to be a top lane? Maybe they're going to go straight for Nidalee.
They could go straight for Shen, too, because McNoon did such a good job on Shen. Jace isn't available. Evelyn's banned out. Orianna didn't really work out for them.
And possibly is.
That would probably be the smartest pick for CLG. It would leave up an Ezreal, but it's not comboed with a Sona, so they're probably going to have to deal with a Lulu support once again, just because NAJIN SWORD is probably going to do as little as possible to change it up, and this is just a better way of CLG disrupting their composition, because they banned out, or they've taken away the Shen, which is already meaning that NAJIN, no way can they replicate their comp. Already there's 2 things that are gone that they couldn't pick last game.
And if you asked anyone in the world that's ever watched League of Legends, you say, how does CLG play?
Split push.
Split push, of course. And that is why I was kind of expecting a Shen to be in there. Just so I think anything that was split push with, and you know who's the best split pusher in the game? It is Shen, of course, and just stand United and join new compadres. What are NAJIN SWORD going to pick? Are they going to go for? Is it going to be the Corki Lulu? It seems to work very well for them in that top lane this time around.
I think the Ezreal is probably going to come up for them. It's what everyone considered to be one of the hoping to do something there.
Yeah, and they can leave the supports open. Now, the Korean scene generally does not agree with Nunu. Now, are we going to see potentially Vayne Nunu here? It's something that Loco Doco and... oh, no, we're not. We're going to see a very, very quick locked-in Lulu and Orianna.
You could actually see Loco Doco saying something very impassioned there.
Yeah.
And that could have actually been, let me take Lulu, because he's obviously a very competitive person, and he has a lot of scouting done on Kane of NAJIN SWORD. And he thought he couldn't play anything but Sona, trying to make him uncomfortable. Clearly, his fallback is Lulu. So he's saying, if we take that away, then we're going to be able to win bottom lane. This is how we're going to win our matchup. And they might do something like Lulu Civ or some kind of really fast shove comp, because they're going to want to kill towers and split push. Since we saw in the last game, as soon as they lose control of the map, they really just got snowballed on by NAJIN. Especially when something like Nocturne is in the game, you have to keep vision control early, and they're going to try to accomplish that with a Lulu push, in my opinion.
So what will NAJIN SWORD pick up here? I'm guessing I mean, they could leave the AP. They could go the AP. Is it going to be Macnoon on Malphite? It's something we have seen quite a lot of before. He's quite dangerous with those AP things. I mean, I'm thinking season 2 qualifiers. Where he did that, he kept doing the flash ulti through the jungle quite regularly. Leona coming out here. Iron Stylus somewhere in the world is going nampy right now.
He's pretty happy about it. And this Malphite pick, he actually goes DFG on Malphite, is one of the things he does. He's just got to go up against Orianna. It could be anything from Karthus, any kind of safe farmer. And here we got CLG. If they're going to go for the late game split push, if they're going to go for the 2v1 lanes, if they're going to go for that, Vayne makes the most sense. Doublelift is a highlight reel on Vayne. Someone posted a clip. How good is Doublelift? Here's a highlight reel just the last week, and people were impressed with how many plays he'd made in that short amount of time. But laning up against such a strong dive composition like NAJIN SWORD, it's very dangerous to pick something as squishy as Vayne against a Malphite and a Nocturne and a Karth Assault that's going to come on right on your face.
Yeah, so there's a lot of diving. I mean, the fact that Nocturne and Malphite can be diving on top of you, you can have the full stun from Leona. It's a scary, scary possible thought. So, Jat, team comps, who are we going with here?
Yeah, I mean, if I base it off the last game, NAJIN SWORD, even though they were denied some of their big picks, still has a very dive-heavy composition. They have Macnoon on Malphite, they have Watch on Nocturne, and they still have global presence coming in from Karthus. So they're going to be about lane pressure and dives. CLG is going to be about probably a lane swap. They don't want Lulu going up. They're going to try to get Doublelift very farmed, and they're going to try to split push with Hotshot. So it's once again going to be about split pushing versus hard initiate and dive.
Versus NAJIN SWORD, 1-0 already in NAJIN SWORD. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the MLG Fall Championships. As you can see, it is CLG as the blue team and NAJIN SWORD as the red team. NAJIN SWORD 1-0 up. It was about 15-1, 22-minute game. Very, very quick stomp by NAJIN SWORD, and they absolutely destroyed CLG. CLG are going to have to do something impressive to get themselves back into this one, Jat. Level 1 looking like they're going to start poking back and forth, but a defensive start from both teams.
It really looked like CLG wanted to try to invade race a little bit and just try to get some kind of, any kind of early game advantage on a NAJIN.
Pings coming out. There we go. So they know that they're starting in the right places, and it's going to be a standard setup here, Jack. You can see it's going to be the top laners in the correct position. The bottom lane is going to be the AD support. No fancy business from either team this time around.
No, they're just very much starting in the right places here. The double Wraith start is a little curious, but that's mainly here because NAJIN SWORD wants to get the Wolves for their bottom lane matchup, since they know that Vayne and Lulu would start at the double golems. They're also having Chouster start with the red buff, which tells me actually that Cho'Gath is going to want to go red to blue to an early top lane gank. So once again, I feel like this could be totally wrong, but I think CLG is going to try to help Hotshot out early.
So we're seeing Loco Doco helping out Chowster quite heavily, which means he's going to be saving that smite. Watch has done the same. And they're just going to use it on the red and the blue. That's the question. We're seeing Watch heading up that way. I would expect it's going to be a fairly standard start for them. Jat, take us through the lanes.
So top lane, of course, we have Hotshot GG against MacNoon. Once again, this time Shen is on another team, and this is really, they're both pretty good at trading damage early on, so it's going to be really even. It's really going to be about the jungle ganks and who can support that better. Mid lane, Orianna versus Karthus. This is a matchup that, once again, should probably favor Orianna. It's very hard for Karthus to dodge the ball here. Both of them should be able to farm up very generous CS scores. It's going to be a very passive lane in the mid. And then bottom lane, Vayne Lulu against Ezreal Leona. Very aggressive lane here. Neither support having sustained. Lulu with high poke and Leona with very high engagement potential. So we could see some very aggressive play bottom lane if the supports decide to do that. AD carries don't have all the control here. Double is going to try to farm. Very tough matchup up against Prey on Ezreal. So if Doublelift evens farm there, they're going to be in good shape.
Mid lane at the moment, Song's pretty low. Big Fat LP's trying to keep him at bay. You can see Chowster just in the brush there. He wants to go for that early aggression, but he doesn't look like he's going to be able to have it. He's just waiting for the call from Big Fat LP to say, yep, ready, go for it. But that lane is going to get pushed right up to the tower, so I think it'll be very hard, and you can see the health pots being chugged through by Song as well, so expecting him to be fairly safe there.
And it's just been a camp by Chowster, and once again, nothing really doing for him. So while Watch has been farming the jungle, Chowster was waiting in mid lane while Big Fat pushed, so I don't really know what they expected there. Maybe he was trying to counter gank Watch, but Watch was a little bit wise for that. Now we actually see him coming around in the top lane. We might actually see Watch come in on Hotshot because he's very pushed up and has no wards for this gank.
So we're seeing whether... Sorry, you set me off on that one. Watch is going to go for it, but the child in me was definitely alive to that one. Here we go. They're going to go in there. The Fearleash will come through. You can see he manages to catch on towards Hotshot. He does manage to get the Fearleash. Which way will it send him? He manages to get away with it with the taunt dash, and he has avoided the damage. But as it took a chunk of damage there, and he's actually trying to be aggressive, trying to force Watch back, puts the ward down. So Watch has warded up that top lane and really secured it for MacNoon, and MacNoon continues the pressure on Hotshot GG.
And the worst part of this for Hotshot is his lane was already pushing when the gank was there.
They do manage to get a Prey there. They managed to get the Rupture and the Silence across him, but the AD support was not there to help out. So Chowster again getting in here. This time he did catch it. Leona's turn around. Leona goes in towards it. They do manage to catch First Blood, popping down Doublelift. Sorry, it was not Doublelift. I'm so used to seeing the support down there, popping down Loco Doco. And that is First Blood once again for NAJIN SWORD.
That's going to be trouble because on top of that, they are getting out-farmed in lanes once again. Even in that top lane, 35 minions for MacNoon and only 17 for Hotshot GG. Even the jungle out-farming. Mid lane, only advantage there. Big Fat LP with 31 to just 28. So this is kind of trouble for them. Once again, 1,000 gold disadvantage, and that's not all in the first blood. A lot of that is from the farming.
So as it is, you can see Hotshot back in that top lane, having to chug through the pots, trying to keep that health up. Well, the farming, it shows, doesn't it? It's a 20 CS difference in that top lane. That's a pretty huge difference from Malphite versus a Shen.
And a lot of this just came from Watch's gank. He got Hotshot to chug through health potions, he got Hotshot to burn his ghost, and he made it a very conservative lane. Hotshot also put that ward invested in vision control. Chowster's going to try to come up and stop him here. They might get something on MacNoon, actually.
They might do. They're trying to turn it around. MacNoon's just walking back and around. He's feeling pretty confident, and he just strolls away from it. That was confident play because they didn't know where Watch was. They were expecting Watch to come out of that bush.
That could have been a lot of it. And no, actually, I think, yeah, you're right. They did have complete control of that. So MacNoon now hitting level 6, where Hotshot is only 5, and he's making Chowster just sit in that top lane, which gives the other lanes almost complete freedom to do whatever they want. Song can push up. Bottom lane can be aggressive. You can actually see Kane coming in around behind Loco and Doublelift, and here it comes. He's jumping right onto Loco Doco. Getting shot in the tower, though. Kane might fall here.
He might do, and you can see the damage coming down. It will manage to be Loco Doco that picks it up. Less than ideal. They wanted Doublelift to have that, but it's a kill's a kill at the end of the day. He does manage to get the assist goal. Meanwhile, in the middle line, they're going to go towards Big Fat LP. Big Fat LP goes down as well, and that is a straight reverse kill. And that is going to be Song that picked up the kill as well, not what they needed.
And MacNoon making it his presence felt he'd have total shove up top lane, and Chalister was already babysitting, so he figured, I'm not going to make anything happen in top lane here. I'm going to go impact mid, really just shutting down Orianna. He's already winning top lane, still got the 20 million kill advantage, helping Song out. Requiem could come in whenever. They're going to sink that.
Top lane. CS, 15 CS behind still on McNoon, despite the fact they tried to gank McNoon, they tried to equalize it. Blue buff, meanwhile, is being given across to Song in the mid lane. Orianna, big fat OP, heading back over to pick up his own blue buff. He's got to be careful, make sure he keeps on it. And he hasn't got Chauster to actually help him out there. Chauster's made the call. Chauster's on red buff, so you can see big fat OP's have to delay on that one.
And he's just going to have to deal with it in a lot of ways. Already down 0 kills to 1. He had picked up the early Chalice of Harmony, but he's getting beaten out. Sork shoes to Song. Going to have to be very much a farm off here. You can see Song taking the Wraiths. It's going to be all about Watch hitting 6. He's probably going to get it very soon. He is a little bit behind in the jungle, in all honesty. He spent so much time with that top lane gank, and he's deferred so many camps already to Song's Karthus that he is a little far behind on Nocturne, and that can potentially be very dangerous. Of course, Chalister just camping in a ward. Does he have an Oracle's on?
He's got the Oracle.
And he doesn't see the ward.
Well, they've just put the ward in. This is the position graphic that they could.
He just backed off now. They saw him.
So, very clever play. Now, whether NAJIN SWORD did that on purpose or not is another matter. I don't know. But, yeah, very clever play there. Meanwhile, we're seeing in the mid lane, actually, McNoon going to maybe come around and have a go. Are they going to dive? They have got the siege minion coming in. They do manage to get the ulti in there. Go straight for it. Chow big by LP. Here comes Chow to try and protect it. They might be in trouble here. They're going to get on towards Song. Song will get dropped down. Defile's running. Now they're going to go towards McNoon. Here's the Karthus ultimate. McNoon is going to get taken down very low. If he ignites running, are they going to finish him up? He does. He catches him with the rupture. Hotshot GG manages to pick up the kill. Watch has to back away. Great counter gank work there from CLG. Chauster in the right place at the right time.
Coming back big in this second game. Hotshot Chenault coming in at just the right time, and also the Requiem was unable to pick up any kills. Everyone actually collapsing in for CLG. Gold now completely even, so they've withstood that early NAJIN SWORD surge and turned to the second. No, they had it for a second.
They had it for a second. It was there, but no, not anymore. No, it's back to NAJIN SWORD, so 3-2 down, but still with the gold lead. Double camping the farm down the bottom there. Let's have a look through the item builds here, Jack.
We actually see a Chalice of Harmony coming up. Going for that item because teams have identified that as, you know, maybe a bit of an OP item. They seem to really love the stats it gives. It gives a little bit of everything. You look at the 80 carries as well in the bottom lane. Prey very much going towards the Trinity Force with that early phage, whereas Doublelift going with that double Dorns build. His Vayne build, he's going to want to go for a Bloodthirster. He's got a big lull here where there's going to be a power spike for Prey. They got to be very careful in this bottom lane while Doublelift gets out of this early game and gets into late game Vayne items. So right now, even though the gold is very close, the item war is slightly being won by NAJIN SWORD.
Yeah, gold in the top lane. You can see McNoon keeping Hotshot at bay. Hotshot really is being out-farmed, something I'm not used to saying. But honestly, these top laners have been very, very strong from the Asian teams. McNoon doing a fantastic job, definitely up there in the top 3 in the world as it stands. And, you know, we talked about throughout the whole season 2, really, how the Asian teams were so strong. They're going to have a dive down the bottom of the chain they're going for. Here comes the Nocturne, the counter jungle. Is it enough, though? They don't have Stan United available, so he's not able to come back in. They do manage to get one down. Chauster's second down very low as well. Chauster does not want to drop. He's got the Oracle on. He might get burnt down. One more basic attack would do it, and there it is. Watch manages to catch it, and Chauster goes down. And an Oracle burnt, Jack. That is not good news for CLG.
Oh, the counter gank from Watch really coming in there. Barely made it down. You could see they were planning on having a bottom lane gank, and the timing really working out for them. Also, Karthus ulti just came off cooldown, so the next fight is going to be even better. With that kill, they're also taking a dragon, and the control that McNoon has in this top lane is absurd. 93 to 44 on the Hotshot GG. Just decimating him across the board. They get the dragon with that, and the game's really just turned right back around once again. NAJIN Sword in control.
And he talks about that AP build that McNoon does. He's got them sorcerer shoes in there as well. And, Big Fat LP trying to control this mid lane. Got a bit of pressure on towards Song there. Song, you can see, had to back away, had to spin back to bite. And maybe that's the sign. Maybe that's just something that Big Fat LP could have that control in. But Song is sticking around. Hasn't got the blue buff, so he's going to struggle to farm this one out. Lay waste away. McNoon, though, in this top lane is so strong. That's going to be a Song that dived on. Shockwave wears down. Should we get him? The Ignite goes down. Song's going to drop here, but will Big Fat LP go down with it? He will. The counter comes out. Couldn't escape it. Requiem comes out in the top lane. McNoon might get caught out here. He should. Oh, he has to use Unstoppable Force to get away. The Ignite will not be enough, and McNoon escapes a gank again.
So the aggression by Big Fat actually gets turned around very well by Song. Popped the exhaust as soon as he got in there, which stuck Big Fat in the turret. Requiem ended up not being of much use, and the gank by Chowster actually being pretty good. Even with that Oracle's loss, Chowster still doing a fairly good job keeping himself in this game. The big mismatch that's going to happen here is Watch has an Oracle's and CLG doesn't have an Oracle's anywhere on their team, so the map control is really going to fall into NAJIN Sword's favor here. CLG has to be very cautious in lane, and it's very hard to deal with when one team has an Oracle's and the other team does not. Whether that pays off in more lane farming, we'll have to see if CLG can handle it.
Well, we just missed it on the camera, but the aggression in that bottom lane is pretty crazy. Kane managing to catch on towards Doublelift, forcing him back. Doublelift was just trying to back off in the bush, trying to do a teleport, and then just did straight away shield daybreak onto him, got him with a stun. Didn't even have his AD carry there. He just went full on aggression, says, get out of here. Forced him out of the lane, and Doublelift just had to back off. So Doublelift returns to the lane. He's got a BF sword in there. You can see the Trinity Force is slowly being built up by Prey at the moment. He has got the Sheen and the Fade now. Hasn't gone for the... Hasn't picked the rest of it up yet. You can see he probably can't afford it. That's why. McNoon, though, back in his top lane and just still farming it out like a champion. Hotshot GG really is in trouble up here.
You can see McNoon going full Magic Pen here. Haunting Guys plus Sorcerer Shoes. So he's sitting at around 50 Magic Pen, if you consider, and it's actually 55. He's got a huge Spell Pen Magic Book, which means Hotshot, even with Mercury Treads, is taking close to true damage. Chowster, once again, having to babysit this top lane because all the pressure McNoon is putting on, free farming, keeping him dangerously low at the turret. With that Oracle's Watch, knows he has
mid lane, they just used Shockwave on towards Song there. Big Fat LP trying to defend himself there, but Song again is forcing him back. There's a lot of pressure. You can see Watch still on the blue buff. Now having a 1-2 versus Chowster. Stand guard, stand united, had to be used there. McNoon's going to come around. Are they going to dive into this one? Big Fat LP's in no position to fight. Song's also coming around. The rest of the team are going to have to back away. You can see they managed to get wall down. Big Fat LP has to flash away. McNoon, there's going to be a deep dive from Watch on towards Chowster. Have they got the support? The red buff should be enough. They will pick it up. It's Song that gets it with a lay waste, and they are just going to clear
McNoon wants to get Big Fat.
McNoon is going deep. He's going very, very deep, and Big Fat LP had to back away from that one.
He had his flash ultimate up, and you know McNoon was just ready to
lane,
go.
They're diving on towards the bottom lane as well, and you can see Doublelift is in Loco sorry, in trouble. The Ignite goes down. Loco might be able to go down here. If the Ignite is running, is it going to be enough? The health pot running, he just about survives and lives to fight another day.
And actually, McNoon and Watch, despite being very low, are hoping that someone comes in and checks this brush. If Doublelift runs towards here...
He's going... Oh, he just gives himself away there. Song actually fought with it. Oh, Unstoppable Force! They go in, they destroy Doublelift. Well, he didn't even get a chance to face check it. He was destroyed in the lane.
That's the NAJIN Sword aggression really there. You're 25% health on Malphite, and you turret dive a full health Doublelift who has cleanse and his ultimate up, but they killed him so fast that he wasn't able to react. 7 kills to 4 now for NAJIN Sword, and really taking control of this game. That's one of the things that happens when NAJIN Sword has Oracles and CLG doesn't. They can camp in positions like that, and CLG will really have no way of knowing or responding.
The question is, how has this helped out with CLG? Hotshot's been farming that top lane the whole time it's been going on, and still, the actual gold difference between McNoon is only about 500 now, so he's actually caught up a little bit. Despite the fact McNoon just picked up a bunch of assists there in that mid lane fight. He did manage to farm it out, didn't go aggressive on the lane though, just farmed it out between the lanes as he always does. So, Jack, we've had a bit of a build, we've had a bit of a fight. How are the items stacking?
I'm just looking here. We got the Trinity Force completed onto Prey, so he's beaten Doublelift to the big items. Got to look in the mid lane though. Song has his Athene's Unholy Grail and an needlessly large rod. when you compare it to Big Fat LP, who is yet to complete that Athene's. That is a big 2,000 almost gold advantage for Song over Big Fat. And of course, MacNoon, haunting guys Sork shoes on his way to a DFG with that Kadi's lucky pick, and just back into the top lane, really just chunking down Hotshot with a couple spells at a time. Big trouble across the board, and Watch still with the Oracle, still controlling. Item-wise, a lot of people ahead. Yeah.
He cannot stand there. Every time a shard comes in, he's just getting absolutely mashed. He's coming in ground slamming, and Hotshot cannot stand the bang with MacNoon at the moment. Even on the turret, you can see he's down to half health. He's chugging through health pots, and MacNoon, just reckless abandon, just keeps on pushing him. And he is having dangerous problems, and that could spell trouble when we start getting to these big team fights. As it is at the moment, the Dragon is due very shortly, and you can see they're trying to leash it out. Kane is in position for it. Watch is there as well. Just trying to look at the timer. You guys can see it at home. I haven't got it on my screen, so there it is, right on cue.
And this Hotshot versus MacNoon matchup, as they take an uncontested Dragon, is really hurting CLG's strategy as a whole. When you pick Shen, it's really about having more members on the rest of the map than the enemy. But since Chowster has had to spend so much time babysitting up in that top lane because MacNoon has the threat, Hotshot doesn't give them an added advantage, because even if he burns his ultimate, since it's almost a 2v1 up top, it's not giving them anything, and Najin is able to take control of the map because of that.
And again, MacNoon just forcing the problem on a Hotshot, and he just has not got any reply to this one. You can see a 43 CS advantage, 44. It just keeps on ticking, and Hotshot again back on that turret, but having to play full defensive duty. A ping from COG onto Baron there. I think they want to get it warded up because they're so worried at 19 minutes that NAJIN SWORD may have such a big advantage. They could go for something like that. We're seeing Big Fat LP making his move towards MacNoon in this top lane. Is he going to go for anything? Is he going to be able to sneak in there? We've also got Loco Doko actually passing by. They've gone for him. They've got the shockwave down on MacNoon. He's going to have to unstoppable force. He manages to Hotshot and flashes out of it. And again, MacNoon just avoids all the damage. Very well played.
That was brilliant. He actually didn't go max range with his ultimate because he wanted to knock out
down the bottom. They're diving on towards Prey. Prey is in all sorts of trouble, completely caught out of position there, and Double Lift just absolutely destroyed him. Stan United used over Hotshot. He desperately needed the assist.
All right, so that was actually something positive there for CLG. They might be able to take the top turret off this as well. Never mind, they have to ping run away because 3 members of NAJIN SWORD just flew through a ward, and they might look to turret dive CLG right here.
They're going to cut them off, and Kane is coming around, puts the ward down, gets the vision, pops the ultimate down. This Big Fat LP they went for, catches the stun on him as well, and he is going to get dropped there. Meanwhile, you can see on the turret there, now Loco Doko is trying to go aggressive on towards MacNoon. Has he got enough? No, his passive came up, and he manages to survive. Can you believe it? Song picks up the kill. Double kill there for Song. Wow.
17 health left for MacNoon, and that was one of those instances where he tanked the turret for his team and then tried to disengage. Cut it a little bit close, but he was able to pull it off. A good, crisp double kill response to Hotshot using his ultimate bottom lane, allowed them the freedom to turret dive Loco Doko and Big Fat, and again, an immediate counterpoint by NAJIN SWORD anytime CLG tries to take any action of their own.
We are going to see Chowster possibly go down towards this bottom lane. You can see Prey is a little bit far forward. Is he going to be able to catch him? He has to get a good rupture on towards Prey here. Of course, he can arcane shift away from it. There's the rupture. Manages to catch him, gets the silence. Have they got enough damage? That's the question. He's going to be able to pop. He does, and Double Lift manages to get the kill. A saving grace possibly for CLG Prime.
Bloodthirster being completed there for Double Lift, and it's all about trying to get him the farm in this lane. Chowster picking up another Oracles as well, which really aided them in getting that gank off. He has to protect this one, though. We saw what happened last time they had an Oracles mismatch. With how hard NAJIN SWORD roams, they really need to know exactly who and where they have the vision coming from. NAJIN coming around to get the blue buff. Hotshot having to run away. They're going to lose this top turret as well. CLG trying to stall with the split push, getting the bottom lane turret with Double His Vein is going to be good for them.
Doesn't manage to get the steal there, unfortunately, for Big Fat LP, so that is going to be Song walking away. Are they going to go for Baron here? They've just pinged down on it. They've started off the Baron, and, well, the crowd cheering will certainly manage CLG. Question is, can they respond to this one, Jack? Can they go aggressive?
Oh, they peel immediately off.
They caught Loco Doko out, and he's going to walk away from this one. They don't want to burn too much on him. They have used an exhaust there. The rest of CLG going to try and come around. Loco Doko now is in trouble. Prey comes around. Prey drops him down there. Hotshot GG did manage to take down Watch, though, so Watch got pinned out there by CLG.
Watch actually kept aggro on Baron for far too long. He was one hit away, and Hotshot just finished him off with the Vorpal Blade. So that's an Oracle's loss by NAJIN SWORD. That's going to hurt them. Either Watch is going to have to pick up another one, or McNoon will have to get it on his own. But with that magic penetration, DFG Malphite coming in, Doublelift will have to fear for his life. There's no magic resist coming in from Doublelift. In team fights is going to be extremely difficult for him to withstand any kind of heat that gets put on him. Hotshot with an Ionic Spark as well, looking down the items, trying to pick up the split push. They're extending this game much more successfully than they did the last one, but they still have to deal with NAJIN SWORD's fearless aggression. They've done an okay job so far.
Done an okay job. Pings go down the Hotshot, which means McNoon is going to return back towards that top lane. Is he going to get anywhere else coming through there? We've got 3 stack in the mid lane as well. The pressure back on towards Hotshot. McNoon realizing he actually, there's a lot more damage coming out from Hotshot now. He's got the Ionic Spark built up. Song with a brilliant spot in that mid lane has been absolutely farming. 6-2-1 currently. Oh, McNoon trying to interrupt on that top lane. Back down the bottom lane. Doublelift, is he the saving grace? He has managed to get the kill. He's got good farm, 200 CS, only 5 CS off Prey. Prey coming through there. He has picked up that BF sword. They were trying to camp him, and Prey's going possibly a little bit too aggressive. Can they catch him out? No. Doublelift has shown himself, farms it out, and they are pinging to stack in this mid lane. McNoon's making a move in this mid lane, Jack.
This is something they really like doing. They like to put the pressure on and force the issue. They realize that Doublelift is starting to creep up and farm with that fully stacked Bloodthirster, and they're just actually tanking some turret hits, going straight down for that turret, and getting a huge chunk of it down. They probably got it right here.
They have, but they managed to take it down, and that is the inner turret giving up without a fight. And COG unable to react to this one because Hotshot GG is off farming on that top lane. He's got to be careful they don't collapse on him here. They are heading north. He has to react to this one. Surely he knows it's coming. He has got Stand United available if he were to just have to ulti out of there. Doublelift and Big Fat LP were trying to catch in there, and he has stayed in that lane. You can see Watch is just below in the tri-bush. Here comes Watch. Here comes McNoon. They're going to go in towards that bush there. As soon as they find his position, he tries to shampoo away. Can he avoid the damage here?
COG's trying to make a fight out of this too.
He's now got the stun coming around. Here comes COG. They're going to catch on towards Song. Song gets silenced. Song's in trouble, but they've immediately turned around and dived. Shockwave goes out. It's not enough. The Stand United going on towards Doublelift. They're going to try and void it. Loco Dogo's going to go down. The ultimate here. There's going to be one. It's a double kill for Song once again, and that's all you need. And well, they do manage to make it a triple. Can he go for any more? It's going to turn it straight to a Baron.
Over aggression there by COG. They really tried to follow up, and NAJIN is pretty low during this Baron. They're just going to happily take it because no one on COG is able to contest that. Everyone getting low and escaping with the sliver. Good thing they had Karthus, triple kill, and the Baron commanding lead in this game now.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, and I mean, the last thing you want is the AP champion just picking up the kills, especially when it's Karthus and he's going to global ulti your face and just melt it. And as it stands, they're going to go pick up a dragon, extend that gold lead yet again. It's going to go to 10,000 gold. How is COG going to react to this one?
And Karthus is one of the worst members to be getting all those kills. 9 kills already on Song. 9 of the 13 first team. You look at his gold right now, 11,900. The highest earning member of COG is Doublelift with 7,900, so 4,000 gold less. 50% less gold than Song. Unbelievable lead here for Song. Just overall 3,500 gold when he goes back to shop here. This is huge. They have one outer turret down. They're probably going to try to sweep through the rest of them. COG really has to turtle here. So difficult to split push once you're behind by this amount. They really have to try to turn around a dive from NAJIN here. We know how good NAJIN is at diving, and they won't wait long to do this.
They won't wait long, and now they've got the Baron. They are going to go aggressive. Looks like they might even go just straight up that mid lane, push for the inhibitor. Do you feel they can have it enough in them to just dive and fight on the turret?
From what I know of NAJIN SWORD, yes. They would very much be willing to go in, led by McNoon. And here, if they catch Doublelift out, which they do with that one mystic shot.
And then comes McNoon. McNoon's coming down as well there because the Requiem, they want to get the assist. Is it going to be enough to finish them off? They tried to give it to Song there. They thought it was enough, but it wasn't, and Prey picks up the kill.
It's a 38-second death timer for Doublelift, and they're just going to charge down on these turrets. Only down the Requiem is their only ultimate. Expert play here by NAJIN SWORD, catching Doublelift again, just trying to keep up his farm there, but he should have known they were too far behind to be able to sustain that type of split pushing. Waiting for the creep line here, flanking around the back. There's no way CLG can hold this turret. They're going to have to hold up the inhibitors.
And they just tank it up again, and that's the second turret they've taken down. The inner turret they've camped and tanked it up. Hotshot GG at the moment is off at the blue buff, so unable to come and defend this one. He's going to have to use Stan United if he wants to get involved. Still 4 seconds on Double Lift. Double Lift not going to be able to help this one out. They're going to go into the inhibitor. There's the rupture. There's the silence, but there's the unstoppable force. Loco Doka's going to go down. But Hotshot GG now does come in. Stan United Song might get dropped down here. They do manage to catch on to him. Shockwave was not enough to finish him off there, and he avoids the damage from Hotshot. He continues to avoid the damage, and he survives the fight. And now they're going to take the inhibitor down. It's a 3-for-0 exchange, and NAJIN SWORD are just destroying CLG once again.
They don't wait long when they know they have an advantage. They just go, and you see they pick the champions to do it, and they have the model to go. They're just going straight in. They are not wasting any time trying to take down this inhibitor.
Well, Prey wants to finish it, but everybody else is backing up. So Prey is on his own at the moment. He might get caught out here. It's a bit too aggressive. Magnoon had backed off. They were just going, saying, let's just finish off, get those global objectives, take down the turret, take down the second inhibitor, because it is so hard for the turrets to come back. So, sorry, for a team to come back from a double inhibitor down.
I don't think we've seen a double inhibitor come back since before the World Finals, so CLG really got their work cut out for them now with a 14,000 gold disadvantage.
And another in a wow.
Clean sweep coming here from NAJIN. They're really, no one died, and the Baron buff is providing them enough regen that you can see Song, who was an inch away from death, already back up to half health. They might just continue this push. Magnoon's ultimate's up again in 5 seconds. They might just go for this again if CLG tries to hold.
And that will catch them all. Unstoppable Force is back available. Are they going to go for it? They're just going to bait them out. Hotshot GG very close to being caught out there. It's just one of those carries, if they show themselves a little bit too far. Prey is not shy of tanking it. There we go. Flash Unstoppable Force. They catch him out. The True Shot Barrage comes across, and that's going to be surely a triple kill. Here comes Requiem. It's a triple kill. And there it is. Surely CLG are all over. Chauster goes down. That's Matt Watch that picks that one up. Prey manages to get the turret down. The Nexus is going down. It's going to be 2-0. NAJIN SWORD versus CLG.
NAJIN SWORD, so aggressive. They just go immediately. Everyone low, doesn't matter. 2-0 quickly for CLG. Neither of these games making it to 30 minutes. Total domination. CLG before here thought, hey, if we can beat the Korean teams, we might make it to the finals. We got to beat NAJIN SWORD first, because they just got destroyed.
Wow. Big, strong victory. 22-7 this game, 15-1 in game one. And honestly, they are two very strong performances from NAJIN SWORD. Are Magnoon's team, Magnoon and boys, are they going to be able to take victory in this tournament? That is the question. They've set the stall out. They've set their goal out. Everybody has seen them now, and they realize this is a real team they have to beat in this tournament.
And how do you deal with them, really, with how aggressive they are? Like, what turtle strat can deal with that? CLG EU would be the only team to think of to deal with that kind of aggression, because I don't feel like anyone can match it in this tournament, at least not that we've seen yet. Is just so